Minecraft is a game that has forever changed the way games are looked at and appreciated, starting out as a one-person developed passion project and evolving into the most sold game of all time. In this series, I will be playing through every major update throughout the history of Minecraft, beginning in alpha version 1.1.2 and playing through the current version of Minecraft, only moving on once I feel that I have adequately captured what playing the game during that time was like, from Pulsars Jr., X, and Co., all the way to Dream and Technoblade. From Minecraft survival games and UHC to MCC and Twitch rivals. This is my loving tribute to my favorite game of all time. This is the Minecraft Progression Series. Hello, welcome back to the Minecraft Progression Series. Here we are again, another one, episode 4. After a long break on my end, I pre-recorded the first 3 episodes, but now they are all out. Wanted to wait and get the feedback on the first 3 before I started recording here. So, we've got a note about the castle, which is very fair. We should begin to do some Nether stuff with it, because Nether is part of the stuff that's been released during this project. So, that will be one of the things that we need to do. We need to incorporate some Nether stuff. And I've mentioned before that I was thinking about doing Nether brick roofs, but those won't be added. The stairs and Nether brick won't be added until whatever version Nether fortresses get added in, which isn't for a while. I don't even think it'll be on this world. I think it'll be the last episode of this world, maybe. We've got 7 left, including this one, to finish this base and get all of terraforming and stuff done. So, with that being said, we've got a couple things we need to do here. You might have saw at the start there I set up a little board for us to look at. I thought this might speed up the process for getting the new updates ready to go. So we are on beta 1.2. You can see up in the corner over here. Ooh, one thing that's cool about this version. Hey, we have F5, except not forward F5. We only have the third person over the shoulder view. But anyway, we also have F3, which we had previously, but it was just annoying to access. You had to press, I believe, F1 first, so I just never did it. But anyway, here is the list of the big upgrades that we had in this update. This is a huge one, so odds are we're not going to be getting a whole lot done with the castle today. This is probably going to be a lot more clippy, going out and doing these things. So, in any case, first up is the addition of squid. You might have saw I was looking around. I am not seeing any. I don't remember the spawn rules for them, but it seems like they're not spawning here. So that one might be one we have to put a pin in, and we'll just see if we can find one later. But moving on from that, we have lapis, birch, and spruce all added in the same update. So along with the 2 wood types, their biomes respectively have been added. So from there, we will be traveling that way and in that way, kind of that sort of thing, to go hopefully find their respective biomes, get a little bit of each, a couple saplings to bring back, and also at some point we're going to dig down and get some lapis from over there because it's blue dye. And also, in addition, I don't think I put it in the chest, but bones have been added in this version. If you kill skeletons, I've got a couple. I went on a big mining trip, you'll see in a minute, that allow us to actually grow stuff. So, along with the leaf decay, wood is actually much easier to get now. But anyway, let's look at this. First thing here, this, you might notice, is a furnace here. And the cool thing about it is that this texture is new. Before it was just the normal plain stone texture, but now it's got the Furnace Classic that we all know. So that's pretty neat. That gives us another like floor texture for the castle up there, or a wall texture if we want to do something like that. But I don't know that we will be doing that. But nice option for floors. So in this chest here, there's a lot going on. So first, a couple things that have been true in previous versions we didn't address. Go ahead and take all of this out. So first thing, we'll do the easiest thing. Signs do, in addition to being one per craft, they do not stack, which is something I forgot about until I was crafting signs for this. So we talked about the crafting only one per thing before, but we did not talk about the stacking of them. That's interesting. I don't think that was like that before. Looks like our egg might start to have a crack in it. Huh. Well, anyway, I'm walking this way. There was a sheep right here a minute ago that I'm looking for to show off the reason there's wool in my inventory. But I am not seeing any sheep around, which is unfortunate. Well, see, that cow just despawned in front of me. Okay, there's a sheep over there, and I believe he's a gray one, which is new to this version as well. Pink and brown sheep. Brown wool is the only kind that's not currently in the game at this version. Oh, here we go. Here's all the sheep. Alright, so the way that you get wool in these versions that I forgot about as well is you punch them, which is why shears don't exist yet, because you can just punch for your wool, which is interesting. Without the use of unbreaking, without unbreaking being in the game, that's kind of useful. But it does take a long time for them to grow their wool back, and because they despawn and stuff, it's kind of a mess to do anything with them anyway. But then, the other thing that I wanted to look at here while we walk back to the other stuff, bows. We have not looked at classic bows. We don't really have a reason to. I don't normally carry one in single player, because there's not much point to it, but for our purposes here, old school bows, if you didn't know, they fire like this. you just shoot right out. There is no pullback animation, they just go. It is a machine gun. It's very funny. And also, you might notice, no durability taken off of there, which is kind of an interesting choice. Durability doesn't get added to bows for a while, so it's kind of just infinite and fully charged, full damage shots, which is kind of broken for PvP, but I don't think many people are doing PvP in this version anyway, so that's okay. Moving on here, we've got that little bit of diamond mining I mentioned before. Vein sizes have been increased for diamonds, coal, and iron in this version, and that paid off in a huge way. This is all that I had previously from, I believe, 3 mining trips. This is just one. I was mainly going for stone. I did a lot of strip mining. And we got quite a bit of stone in the chests over there. But in addition to that, diamonds have been added. And the pick is in here to represent that durability on tools has been massively increased. So, that being said, we can go ahead and make our tools up here. We're not going to worry about the sword. I never really use it anyway. But for our purposes, we will go ahead and come down here and make our diamond tools, which is cool because we're going to need to do some harvesting when we go out and get those trees anyway, so it'll be nice to have a diamond axe at the very least. So we'll go ahead and grab all of these. Doop, doop, doop. Perfect. Alright, so those will break, but much, much slower than before, which is the reason I wasn't crafting them, because it's kind of just a waste. And then the final update I wanted to give here real quick, sun's starting to go down, is dyed wool. You might have got it from the increase of light gray. Oh, the bug where if you open a chest while holding a key, you move still exists. Just pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, green wool, there you go. We can officially start dyeing stuff, so we will work some dyed wool into the castle as well. So, I believe that's all I got. I'm going to start adventuring, and I'll come back to you guys when I find birch, spruce, or if failing those, I will dig down and find some lapis. So I will see you then. Hey everybody, quick little update here. We've just done a little bit of an adventure for maybe 150 blocks, but we've hit taiga. So we have access to snow, which we had before. Oh, there's actually, I see a couple birch trees, so we'll start getting some stuff here. Sorry, Cal. Trying to get this done real quick before mobs start spawning. We'll see you guys once this is all mined up. Hey, everybody. Back again. It's been just a little bit. Well, no time at all for you. A little bit for me. So we collected some stuff over there. And now we've crossed over here. There's been some good and some bad. You can see we've got a stack of each wood. Collect a little snow while I was waiting for some mobs to burn up. So, small oversight on my part. The other saplings are not in the game yet. It is just the oak ones. So, unfortunately, if we want more, we'll have to come back out here and mine them. But we're pretty rich. That's a forest over that way. So there's, you can see a little bit of birch and quite a few spruce. So we're kind of in business. You can see, as I said before, a huge chunk border there. Massive mountain dropped into what's basically like a snow ice plains. Just taiga in this version. But over this way, there's a pretty cool big ice field I was looking at. I haven't explored much further than you're seeing right now, but pretty cool. Just big field of ice. So I'm probably going to dig down somewhere or try to find a cave. Caves are a little rare. I'm going to grab this wool while I'm out here. But dig down, do a little bit of caving, get that lapis, and then we'll go back, and I've actually achieved all of this much quicker than I thought I was going to, so yeah, I don't know. We'll have to find something to do. Maybe we will get some work done on the castle this time. A little unexpected, but hey, I won't complain too much. Let's see, there was something else. Where did did I not see 2 black sheep over here? Maybe it was just, I don't know. I'm unsure. Really, I thought I saw 2 black sheep over there with the others, but apparently not. But one more thing that's worth noting here. Another thing added in this version, sandstone. So that's cool. Another block. It's pretty much the same as it's always been. The chiseled stuff isn't in the game yet, but sandstone's here, and it's a little bit harder to mine than it will be, or maybe picks are just slower overall. I have no idea. But anyway, we're gonna keep walking a little bit so we don't hit those old chunks over there. And we'll do a little, probably just a dig down, and we'll go until we find lapis. So I will see you guys then. This is kind of a cool little area in the middle of all this water. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, back again. Here we are in a cave. Where are we? Let's see. About, I don't know, 700 blocks from base, I think. Maybe a little further than that. But here we are. We've got our first lapis lazuli. Just the one. Alright, well, that's kind of a disappointment. But, conveniently enough, that is the end of this cave that I found. I'm pretty sure I've explored everything here. Yeah, it looks like that was in the last little arm of it that I found, which is pretty nice, given that it didn't have to give me any at all. So, we'll take that win, and we'll return to the base. I guess I'm actually recording this. I'm about to be real busy this weekend, so, I'll have a couple days to think about it, and when I get back, I will be doing the rest of this episode. And we'll probably, I'll decide later this week what we're doing. Either I was thinking about going and collecting one of each wool, or working on the castle, or something in between, because we've got, I don't know, 10 or so odd minutes that we need to fill here. But in any case, it's alright. Alright. Mob spawning got weird in this version too. I'm not seeing many. Like that guy was right above me. Maybe it's the amount of water, but I haven't really been having mobs that much in other places either, so I don't know. Can't wait for Sprint to get added, by the way. So very excited for that day. I need those bones. There we go. There's bones. Bone meal. So yeah, I'm going to my first convention this weekend, which is pretty exciting. Oh, it's a creeper over there. So, maybe I'll do a little recap of how that is when I'm back, but, we will either be doing the wool or the castle. The castle would be the wool will be much quicker. The castle will be, I've got an idea for what the next step is on it. So I could go either way. We will see on probably 2-3 days from now how what I end up doing. So I will see you guys in a second for you, a couple days for me. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome back again. Not much time for you, but it is 3 days later for me, so pretty big difference. I think we are going to do a little bit of work on the castle. I mentioned before that I was debating between that and the wool, and I figured it doesn't really make a difference. We'll get a little bit more progress. I just saw that creeper up here. Are you that guy? You went pretty quick. You are. Beans. Okay. Well, that gives us something to do. Yeah, I figured do something a little different here. I have to go back and get some wood. Or some dirt, rather. So this is, kind of different. I blew up the wall of stuff. Oh, the iron block's gone. Oh, that's a huge loss. That sucks. Okay. Train of thought, man. Anyway, doing this as a recorded thing, kind of weird for me, because I normally do the streaming thing. So doing this, like, you know, planning it out beforehand and having much smaller segments of time where I have to fill the air is kind of weird. So, you know, I figured the series isn't really the place to talk about life or whatever. I figured it's probably better to focus on the game itself, since that's kind of the whole thing, is going through the versions here. But I kind of figured for this, we did a lot of Minecraft stuff today, and I've got 2 more things that I'd like to show off here from this version. One that's not specific to this version and one that is. So I figured while we do this little bit of building here, I'd talk about that convention that I talked about before. Went to it on Saturday, as I mentioned. Recorded that last bit on Friday, and it was pretty fun. I originally planned on going Saturday and Sunday, but I did not end up going on Sunday because, ooh, that's not good. Okay, well, I did not end up going on Sunday because Saturday was kind of a mess. The convention I attended is called Otakon. It is here in beautiful Washington, D.C. And here, let's just pick a spot and go with it. We'll try that. And it was kind of a mess. At least on Saturday when I went. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was a several hour line wait to get in on Saturday. I believe it took me 3 hours to even get in the venue in the end, which is kind of annoying. If you don't know anything about Washington, D.C., it is very hot here. So not exactly ideal when you have a bunch of people dressed up, because it was an anime cosplay convention sort of thing. I did not participate in that, but you know, a lot of people did, so can't really we'll try it this shape. You know, I can see why people that did do that would be pretty upset that they had to wait in that kind of heat because it is very hot here. You know, it's kind of a, you know, it's Northern Virginia. It's a pretty hot place. 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that was one problem with it. And the second problem is related to the lines. The overcrowding. They did not cap attendance for this event. So, wow, this is going to be very big. I need to shrink this for sure. They did not cap attendance for this event, so the halls were filled with people just everywhere. Okay, I think I actually take the internal one in. But then... Okay, we'll make it work. Yeah, we'll see. I'm just gonna think while I build here. But they didn't cap attendance, so there were people everywhere. I spent... The vendor hall was pretty big. A lot of people, you know, selling their art they make, or their, you know, they might run a small shop, buy different products and sell them. The thing about that, can I jump in? Yes, you can jump into high water. The thing is, when you're in a room absolutely shoulder to shoulder with people, it's a little hard to shop. I didn't do the shopping around that I would have wanted to do exactly, but I'm not super into the anime thing. It was, for me, going was kind of more of a, you know, just going, seeing what it was like sort of thing. So I can't complain too much because I wasn't exactly the person most affected by it. But it was pretty annoying, to tell you the truth. Let's try that. So yeah, that was a problem with it. And then that was really the only big problem. The majority of people there seemed very nice. The staff seemed really nice, even though I'm pretty sure they were all volunteers, and, you know, a lot of them were taking heavy criticism for things that weren't their fault because, you know, the venue overbooked, and that's not their fault. They're just trying to make the most of it. This, we'll probably have to fill in this wall here. That's okay, though. Wait a minute. So yeah, a lot of really cool cosplays I saw. Don't know if anybody is a Hades fan, but I saw my favorite cosplay of the night. Okay, that's the problem here. My favorite cosplay of the weekend was a nice couple in a Eurydice and Orpheus costume as stylized in Hades, which is very, very cool. Okay. That's a problem. Alright. This is not... Alright. I need to do the math, but I'm not taking the time to actually do the math. Okay. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorites. But yeah, pretty cool experience. I don't know if I'll go again in the future. Ow. Quite possible I die here. Armor takes durability from fall damage in this version, which is interesting. I don't know if you just saw my bars drop. But I think my enjoyment of it is pretty hindered by the fact that I'm not like a big cosplay anime sort of guy. Which, you know, my fault for going to an anime convention, I guess. But I still had a good enough time. Good enough to, you know, it wasn't a complete waste of money. Waiting in the line was a pain, but, you know, it is what it is. let's see. Oh wow, it's getting dark already. We're on the verge of getting beds here, so soon we'll be able to just go. We don't have to do this anymore. All right. So should be able to do, and we should be able to do, and that should connect. Yes. So yeah, I keep saying yeah, but overall, all right weekend. I only really bought one thing. The lines for food were also outrageous, which con food is already, you know, pretty heavy price tag. So along with being the price that the price and the weight is not ideal, but you know, what can you do? It's a convention. Stuff's expensive. Apparently, I saw this after on Twitter, that there were some very scalpy vendors there, like selling stuff for way more than you could get it for yourself if you were like an independent person seeking that sort of thing, which a lot of the people there are. So that's not great. But again, not really my thing, so I wasn't super affected by that. I actually got a cool card game playmat. I don't know if any of you guys are into the card games, but I got a 2011 mat that was only given out to official Konami judges. That's pretty cool. Got a decent price on it compared to what's online. So I'm pretty happy about that. And that's pretty much all that I bought other than food and the ticket in. But it was all that I saw that I really wanted. I was actually surprised. This is, it's 2022. I didn't see a single Elden Ring cosplay, which is kind of disappointing. I imagine there were some there, I just didn't see them because, you know, packed shoulder to shoulder with people, it's hard to look around that much, but I didn't see any that were clearly Elden Ring to me, unless the boss I forgot about or something, but I am fairly certain I didn't see a single one. Wait, yeah, that one's not. Gotcha, okay. We're just gonna keep going up with this until I run out of blocks, and then we will be done here. I think my biggest takeaway from this convention, you go to a con, you've never been to a con before, I want you to listen to this one thought that I have. What you need to do, if you're gonna be there all day, multiple days, the best tip, you need to find the staff bathroom. I tell you, I found the bathroom where in the staff area where I wasn't really supposed to be. Immaculate. That's what you want in one of these long hostage-like con scenarios. Just fantastic. You don't want to use the public bathrooms where all the ne'er-do-wells exist. You know what I mean? You want the prime stuff. And speaking of prime stuff, that's the kind of content we offer here in the progression series, such as this. I failed to do adequate research before this video, as is my standard operating procedure, and we collected this wood, simply called wood. And on the wiki, it says that you can turn these two new types of wood into wood planks. I assumed it meant of their respective varieties. Their respective varieties do not exist. Wooden planks is one block. It is all oak wood. So, I actually did not look at the update thing in the next couple versions. I could see that skeleton seeing me and shooting me down, and I'd probably die. I have not looked at the next couple versions. So I do not know what is coming. Hi there. Oop. Shoot me. But so anyway, I don't really know what we're looking forward to next time, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly decent sized updates for the next couple. So we should have a lot of content to do. Haha. And we need to keep working on this castle. We've kind of got a castle inside the castle thing going on here now, but I've got a plan with this, I promise. We didn't have quite as much space as I thought. I could maybe think about moving that wall back to make it bigger, but it's whatever. Well, this gives us like it gives the floor a layout at the very least. So I think it will work. And as I did with those walls out there, I just built it out of cobble because it's easier than placing stone and needing to break it, and you're basically wasting coal at that point. So I will go back through and clean this up in between, probably, or at some point I will do that. But the other thing, in addition to the wood, the thing that I've been meaning to show off for a while here, is in controls we have, here's a set. This resets every time I start the game, by the way, which is another cool fact about this game. But we have the inventory, which is always set to I, and I always have to, that's how I remember it's reset every time. I have to set it back to E. And then toggle fog, which is set to F, which I have to rebind because F is normally my F5 key and I hit it a lot out of habit, is set to U. And a lot of you that didn't play in early versions of this game might not know what toggle fog means. Basically, render distance, you can see out into the distance. It gets foggier as you look away. The land doesn't just end, like, it does technically, but the fog is covering it. So if I hit U, you can see the fog has gotten closer. You can just about see that land right there. Basically, this is just a quick adjust for your render distance, but it's not the render. I believe it is changing how much is rendered, but it's just covered by that fog. We get even closer. This is how playing the game really was back in the day on a bad computer, when you had to have all the settings cranked as low as you could get them to run at 3 FPS on your, I don't know what kind of computer I started playing this game on, but spiders can climb. That is also new in this update. Forgot about that. I looked for squids too, by the way, and I couldn't find any in the ocean, and when I logged back in, there weren't any right there either, so we'll need to find some of them at some point. But as I was saying, back in the day, this was kind of the thing for low-budget computers, was to set your fog low. I don't think you're... Okay, you are actually climbing up here in order to help your FPS, but now, not so bad. I think... I'm getting a lot of mobs walking up on me all of a sudden. Let's see, F3, 15... Yeah, it must be, because I'm... Let's see, what kind of frames do I get if I look straight down? Pretty much the same. Okay, I have to hold the button, so F3... And then we'll hit U. Oh, that tries to save my stuff to OneDrive. Oops. All right, we'll hit U. U. So now we're at the second furthest, and we're at like 1220. Oh my gosh, go away. We're at like... We're actually under 1,000 now, like 800, and then we go to the furthest, and 500, 400, 400, 400. It ends where I'm looking. I use a small keyboard, so I have to hold function and 3 to use F3, 60% keyboard life, but yeah, that obviously difference between 300 frames and 1,500 frames for me is not super big. My monitor can only go up to 167 frames or something. I think my refresh rate's 167 on this monitor, but you know, back in the day, the difference between 1 frame unplayable and 11 frames, you know, actually able to move around at the very least was huge. So I think that's an important thing to point out for how a lot of us started playing this game back in the day on the old terrible computers. But anyway, as this day rises, I think we're actually going to call it. That's weird. We normally call it at nighttime, but we just stood up here and talked through all that. I probably should have been getting some work done during that, but, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, we'll watch the sunrise here as we end off. Thanks for joining me here, and I will see you guys next time in the Minecraft Progression series. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll catch you next time.